to be a little bit more practical, can we rank who has the highest status in a club? So, for example, a list I came up with just roughly, obviously, there are DJs, promoters, security, bar staff, lighting designers, tables, VIP, and normal people. How could each one be ranked in terms of status?
So here's the thing. What we would do is the definition for those of you guys who've been taking my courses for a while. You understand the way you rank a nightclub is based on one thing. What is it, guys? Do you remember? Unmute yourselves if you remember. What defines the hottest nightclub in the city? There's only one thing.
Where the hottest girls are.
Correct. Okay, Lacey got it correct. That is correct. It doesn't matter how cool that fucking chandelier inside of Omnia is that hangs from the ceiling. It doesn't even matter who the DJ is. The coolest club in the city is defined by the club that has the prettiest girls. Period. End of story. Period. There is no argument to this. There are a lot of people who are like, oh no, but we have the ambiance or Salt Bay or we have fucking Coolio performing tonight. None of that fucking matters. The only thing that matters is which club has the prettiest girls. End of story, period. What's the best strip club in Las Vegas? The one with the prettiest girls. What's the hottest nightclub in Vegas? The one with the prettiest girls. This is the reason why Zouk, Omnia, and XS have prettier girls than Marquee, Surrender, and, whatever, Tao, Lava. Because those are the three alpha clubs in Las Vegas. They have the prettiest girls, period. The Rhino has prettier girls than Hustler Club or Sophia's, period. That's why it's a better club. That's why it does more revenue. Do not get this part confused. The status of a venue is directly and linearly tied to the attractiveness of the women that go there. There's nothing else to it except for that one thing. Now, understanding that, let's go back to Ice's question, where we rank the status of the individuals in the club. I will tell you the answer is the same. Who would the prettiest girl go home with? The answer is Marshmallow. He's gonna win above everyone else. Does everybody, you understand that, Ice? So when you rank it like that, it's going to go Marshmallow, then the GM, then it's going to go like the stage manager, and then like the guy who spent a fuck ton of money on the dance floor table. Those are the ones. The answer as far as like the status for the guys in GA, no one's going home with them, so they essentially don't have any status. You see? That makes sense?
Absolutely.
Right. So being on stage again, this is an experience I'm never going to be able to share with you guys. And it makes me sad because one of the things I really wish I could do with all of you is for one time for you to experience what it's like to be at the Playboy Mansion for a Playboy party. Because when you're there, women are so motherfucking nice to you. It's unbelievable because every woman there assumes you're famous because you're at the fucking Playboy Mansion for Midsummer Night's Dream. So what happens is value or rather status is assumed because you're in that situation. So that's essentially what happens. When you're on stage at XS, when you're on stage at Zouk, when you're on stage at Omnia, it's the same thing. Value is assumed. You are never going to see a woman be rude to you. In fact, you guys ever want to see this? I'll do this as an experiment sometime just to show you. I'll go on stage at Omnia and then I'll reach back and start talking to the girls at the table behind us. Clearly, my table, even though I'm up there for free, it looks like my table is more expensive than theirs. Watch as all the women at the table behind me respond positively to me because I'm in the DJ booth and they're out of it. Watch. It's amazing to watch. Literally, the status of where I'm standing is now conferred upon me. And when I reach back and I start talking to these girls behind me, every one of them like, yeah, no, here's my number. Here, call me. It's amazing. It's one of the most magnificent things I've ever seen because people are just blind. They just see these little ropes and they're just blinded to status. You guys ever like stand at a table sometime at a dance floor table at a nightclub and just point at a girl on the dance floor? She'll just come up to your table. It's fucking crazy. But that's why you come to the realization that status is actually like a brick wall. It's a physical thing that exists, but it's contextual and it's conferred on different people for different reasons. The thing is with Liddy and Lacey is because they're so fucking pretty, they're always going to have status no matter where they go. It's almost like we said before with you bring your defense with you on the road. Liddy's going to be pretty on the road. Like it doesn't make any difference. So that's why that women get to take that status along with them. Whereas for me, I just look like an average brown dude. When I walk into the club, I literally have to reestablish status every single time I go there. And sometimes I'll do that based on who I'm with. That's the only way, or based on how people react to me. Or if somebody watches my podcast, that's also another way. Make sense?
Yeah. We'd love to see the podcast blow up and then people will switch and see you for that.
It's really
and you
funny.
won't have to.
It's really funny, Ice, because I'm kind of already there. Like the GM for all three of the nightclubs I just mentioned, they all watch the podcast.
Beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.